What's up, you guys? Welcome to this week's Manga Sutra Manga review, and in this week's video, we're going to be talking about a slice-of-life gender-bender drama called Balance Policy. Now, Balance Policy takes place in the not-so-distant future of Japan, in which the world is experiencing a decrease in the birth rate of female infants. And Japan is one of the countries hit hardest when it experiences a population decrease from 120 million to 40 million people. Now, in response to this population crisis, Japan implements the Balance Policy, which is a program that selects boys to be transformed into females for the purpose of sexual reproduction. Now, Balance Policy focuses on our two characters, Kenji and Masaomi. Kenji being one of the boys that was selected for the project to be transformed into a female, and Masaomi being the childhood best friend of Kenji. Now, when Kenji and Masaomi stop communicating over a year in which Kenji is being transformed into a female, Masaomi finally reunites with Kenji. Now, Balance Policy's beginning in many ways parallels that of No Bra, in which we have these two best friends in which one undergoes a transformation and the other is struggling to cope with or adapt to that transformation. We see Masaomi develop these newfound sexual and romantic feelings towards Kenji, while we also see Kenji struggle to maintain his previous friendship with Masaomi when they were both boys, but come into obstacles such as his newfound gender and ways that a lot of physical activities that he used to perform more easily as a boy, he's finding difficulty with performing because he is physically a female now. And that a lot of things that him and Masaomi used to do because they were really, really close best friends as boys, he can no longer do now because it's more awkward since he is a female. In many ways, Balance Policy differs from No Bra because No Bra focuses more on the romance between the two main characters, whereas Balance Policy focuses on the issues and the conflicts which Kenji undergoes with his newfound identity and transformation. With Kenji, his friends interact with him differently now, and a lot of relationships that he used to have with his friends and family and people around him has been transformed. Society expects different roles and responsibilities of Kenji now that he's a female as opposed to when he was a boy. And with the transformation, Kenji made a statement that his body costs as much as a fighter jet, and it costs almost as much to maintain. So with that type of burden on you to know that all this money's been put into your body, all of this money's been put into maintaining you, and that certain things are expected of you. Your friends view you differently. They no longer look at you as that boy, best friend that they used to know since childhood. Kenji is struggling with that. He's also struggling with his own desires and his own sexual orientation, because Kenji in many ways still sees himself as a boy mentally. He still thinks of himself as a boy. He still wants to hold on to that male mentality that he has, even though he maintains and possesses a female body. Now, with No Bra, we see the focus of just the romance between the two main characters. We don't see the type of conflict in which the other main character undergoes with the acceptance of him being a girl now. But we also see something similar in Balance Policy and No Bra that they have in common is the love triangle between the main characters. Because in No Bra, we see a love triangle between the two main characters in the beginning and a female love interest. And we see this in Balance Policy, where we see a love triangle between the two main characters and a female love interest. What I have to say as far as artistically speaking, Balance Policy is very fine in its details. I really like especially the outside scenery and the environment, especially at night and the moon and the lake and everything like that. As far as the plot, I feel like even though it was a short series to read, it definitely hit more deeper points than No Bra had hit. And in a lot of ways, Balance Policy was definitely a more intriguing read than No Bra. And I would say as far as plot-wise and message, it definitely rivals No Bra, and it would give it a run for its money. I also feel that Balance Policy ended in a way that I think was very clean. It ended in a way that I think was very crisp. Because we not only undergo a time skip, but the way the time skip is handled, the way the ending is handled, it feels like everything just goes back to the beginning. And I just love it when a manga ends like that. Like, we don't end on a cliffhanger like Wolf Guy, and we don't end on some crappy ending like Abitsu, but we end in a way in which we see a new generation, a new set of characters, in which we see a new adventure might arise. And that's what we see in Balance Policy, especially at the end. But I'm not going to spoil that in this video. Would I recommend reading Balance Policy? Hell yes. It is a great read, especially as far as the gender bender genre goes. I just love Balance Policy. Even though it has the sci-fi label, I don't think it's too heavily sci-fi like oriented. We're not seeing hover cars, and you're not gonna see like these like high advanced technology. It's just sci-fi in the sense that there's this program and that people are being transformed into another opposite gender, and it just takes place in the future, and that's about it. It keeps it relatively simple, and it definitely goes with a slow pace as a slice of life manga. This is VM. What did you guys think of Balance Policy? Did you like the main characters? Did you really want to see them get together? How did you think the ending was? Bye.